The greatest eBay sellers of all time. I'm trying something new, which I haven't done before, which is to use the camera on my laptop.
You don't say!
And so I'm using the software that someone recommended. It's called OBS. And I thought, I'll see how my microphone does on the laptop. I was recording everything on my phone, which is good when I'm on the go, but if I'm sat in front of the computer, then I may as well be using this laptop camera instead. And I've downloaded some editing software, which is called DaVinci Resolve. I've never used it before. I've never really made videos before on software, so I'm going to be learning as I go. I get the idea of it, and I've seen other people do it a little bit, but I'll let you know once I've edited a video on a computer instead of just iMovie on my phone. But hopefully the videos are okay so far, but my goal is to try and make little improvements as I go along. Yeah, these videos are just for fun, and if anybody's watching at all, then that's cool, but it's just to kind of document my journey as an eBay seller. Anyway, it's another day. I don't know if I need to keep saying the date or the day because I don't think anyone really cares, but it's July 2024. I've done 4 large boxes so far, and what I wanted to share is I'm still in the pile of DVDs, but I've managed to carve out a whole day of staying at home, so I really think I can make a huge dent on cleaning these movies. So I'll let you know my progress throughout the day. But so far I'm at 4 of those huge Home Depot boxes, and I think the total is 33 boxes that I'm trying to get through. So here we go. So top tip, if you're doing a job where you're sitting down, like I'm doing, maybe for even 10 days in a row, number one is don't sit down for the whole time. But a huge tip that I wanted to give, number 2, is put your phone somewhere awkward to go get, because sometimes a message will pop up and you'll check it, and then you'll start doing some scrolling and checking, and I'll go check my email and my messages, and I'll see what the sports score is, and it's just better if you put it away. If you're putting a video on in front of yourself, don't make it too interesting to watch. That's tip number 3. I've kept my phone on loud because obviously I want to know if somebody's calling me. Well, mostly if my wife's calling me. But I find the Apple Watch or some kind of digital watch that is linked to your phone is really good, because even if a message just pop up, you can just glance at it quickly and you know what it is, and you don't need to get your smartphone in your hand and go down any kind of rabbit hole.
Right now, you're feeling a bit like Alice. Tumbling down the rabbit hole.
Hey, I'm still working on the DVDs, cleaning through those. I won't look at you because I'm just going to get on with my work, but I thought if I'm sat here cleaning, then I should either be learning something. So I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos about YouTube videos, how to make YouTube videos. I've been trying to study other creators and see what they do, like for filming style or whatever. And then I was also thinking I should just practice talking in front of a camera, because I've not really done it before. I mean, I've talked in front of people before, but never just to randomly to a camera like this. The best way to learn how to do something is to keep practicing. So while I'm sat here, I'll just talk to you guys. Or if nobody's watching, that's okay. I've emceed weddings a few times, and I got some good feedback from doing that, where people said, "Oh yeah, you should do this." And even actually, the first time I ever did it was 12 years ago. Like it's almost making me wish that I would have started my YouTube channel 12 years ago. But hey, the best time to start something is right now, right? Unless it's a bad thing. I think this is going to be a good thing. So, it's July 4th today, Independence Day. While I was sitting here, I just made a clip to try and plug into people. I thought if people are going to be searching for things for July 4th or US Independence Day, then that might be a good time to release some relatable content and try and catch a few views. But yeah, I've emceed a few weddings and I'm funny sometimes, but sometimes it takes me a while to warm up to people or get comfortable. So I thought this would be the same thing in front of a camera where it just takes a little while and it's going to take some practice. But yesterday I was watching videos about using what's that software called? DaVinci Resolve. And the first video that I'm doing, I think I'm going to call it we're going to clean 10,000 DVDs or we're going to list 10,000 DVDs, something along those lines. But hopefully you can see a bit of a difference where it lets me adjust the volume. I realized the intro and outro is way too loud compared to the audio, and that's just because I was doing everything on iMovie on my phone and I didn't really get that. But on DaVinci Resolve it's really good because you can see the audio as wavy lines and just bring them closer together. If it's too loud or too quiet, you can drag them up. So yeah, try and improve something on every video, and before you know it, I'm gonna have tens of subscribers. It's gonna be crazy. Anyway, this is pretty boring cleaning DVDs, so I'm not gonna live stream this process, but I'll give you some updates if there's anything interesting along the way. And I've realized I should be trying to get the high five because it's such a popular segment of our show that I need to find 5 movies for the day, so maybe that's the next thing I'll film. Wow, I guess the more you learn about this video editing software, the longer it takes to make a video, because every time I'm trying to do something, I think, oh, maybe I could just add this, maybe I could just add that. And of course, I need to learn one thing at a time, but hopefully the time that I'm investing in learning how to use the editing software will make the videos better, and you'll be able to see that reflected in the content that's coming out. By popular demand, and when I say popular demand, I mean myself telling me to do it, it is the high five. So I've been cleaning DVDs all day, and I set some aside to do our high five segment. So not that these are the best or the most expensive. If you haven't seen the high five section before, I'm not surprised, but I'm gonna give these movies a high five. It's just like giving them a shout out. The first one on our list to give a high five to, of course, The Wild Bunch. For obvious reasons, we are a wild bunch. As you get to know our family a little better, you'll start to realize that we do suit our last name. I kind of dragged Victoria into that last name. Not really, but you know what I mean. She took my last name and she became extra wild. First teacher in high school used to just yell that to me. Is that why your last name is Wild? You're uncontrollable. Yes, that is why my last name is Wild. Anyway, high five for that. Next one, Talladega Nights. Not just because it's hilarious, but someone's left me a nice little note in there. I was just going through this one and I was like, hey, someone's put a piece of paper in there. But it feels oddly specific. Victoria's like, you wrote that yourself, did you? I said, no, someone's just attacking me. Maybe I could keep that. Just to, in case I forget that I'm bald. Yeah. Next one. The sequel's coming out soon, and I found the case for this a few weeks ago, Twister, and I was so excited to watch it again, but it was empty. But now I found one, and the case is pretty nice too. We started watching the first half an hour. Maybe it's an all-time classic, but I'm excited to watch Twisters, which is the sequel coming out soon. Next one. We used to enjoy watching this as teenagers when it came out. Employee of the Month. If you haven't seen it, it's a comedy. It's sort of like Costco. They work at a place that's like Costco. Dane Cook, Jessica Simpson, Dax Shepard. And then the last one. There's no way anyone's ever heard of this movie before, but just made me laugh. I've got to put it on display somewhere because I just find it so funny. The artwork, the name of the movie. It's very low budget. Until you die. Dun dun dun. Starring these guys. Look at Peter Fernandez. It just looks very, very low budget. Here's a couple of screenshots. What a film! I'm gonna make a video about how to spot fake DVDs, and this one caught my eye right away. Like, look at the logo. No offense to whoever made this. If you're watching and you're the artist of this beautiful film, 2003 Peacock Films. I don't know what the content is like of it, but I just thought that was very funny. To round off the high five, we give you a high five, Peter Fernandez. A few things that crossed my mind while I was doing this. One is, having 10,000 DVDs is epic, but it's only epic if you do something with them, you know? People can hoard stuff up like this, and everyone's gonna be like, what are you doing? And the thing is, it's an epic amount of DVDs. Some people might think, oh, it's just a bunch of old junk. Some of it is going to be junk. But it's only epic if you do something about it. So I'm taking epic action to get these all listed on eBay. That was number one. Number two, I've clipped this video into little snippets of my day. But just know, I'm not saying it was hard work. I guess it depends how you look at it. It was a lot of work, though. I just want people to know, if you try and do this, which I don't think anyone's going to try and do exactly the same thing, but I've been sat here for days doing this. I woke up early in the morning, I got up at 5 a.m. a couple times, and I've literally not left the kitchen table. I've just been doing this. The kids have been here, we've been doing stuff together still, but I have not left the house for a few days so far, and I've only done about 7 boxes so far of the 33. So it's not like this stuff magically happens. When you get to see the end result on the video, it's going to be like, oh yeah, he cleaned them all. But if you've got something to do, that is a huge task. Just know it takes time and it takes effort to do it. I'm not showing off. Hey, look at me, I can clean movies. Just know that a condensed YouTube video doesn't show everything that happened. I've been sat here from first thing in the morning till last thing at night for a few days in a row just to get the DVDs ready to start listing. And after that, there's going to be a lot of work to list them. There's going to be a lot of work to organize them, find them, clean the discs, ship the discs, deal with the customers. So if you're an eBay seller, you'll know the ins and outs of how that process goes. But for anyone that's starting out, do not start with 10,000 listings of something. When I decided to do this, there is no YouTube video that I could look up for how to process 10,000 DVDs. Now there is going to be a video for it, so if you have a very oddly specific search for that, then hopefully my video is going to show up and help you out, or stop you from even trying it in the first place. But as resellers, there's no manual for a lot of the stuff that we have to do. We just have to figure it out as we go along. I mean, some of it is based on experience with other things, but there's no manual for dealing with a big pile of 10,000 DVDs. You just have to get on with it and figure it out, and that's the way it is. I saw another video the other day where a guy was saying there's no reseller store where you go and get the starter pack and it's the same for everybody. You just have to make it work with your own circumstances, with whatever you've got laying around, and improve as you go, learn from your mistakes, and get better over time. So this is where we're at in our journey so far, and we're going to keep making small improvements every day until we're the greatest of all time. The greatest eBay sellers of all time. But